If you ask the right question, you'll get the right answer.
Us too, we apply this stuff to ourselves every day, and we're not perfect, but we strive.
I want to say that to the folks that are listening too. Rudy is the epitome of that. 30 years old. I mean, this dude he just has such a fire for life, a passion.
What's up, everybody? It's Rudy. I'm back with you guys today, shooting this beautiful video of questions and the art of asking questions. From all my studies, getting from the point of my life where I was a baby until now, I've understood the importance of question asking, how to ask a question properly. Trust me, there's certain ways that you can ask a question that are going to be better for yourself than not. Why am I not making more money? That's going to give me all the reasons why I'm not making more money versus how can I make more money. They both have to do with making more money, but the way that I ask the questions, I'm going to get completely different answers. And so I need you guys to be conscious of this, because it works like this with every single thought, every emotion, every action, all the words you speak out loud on a daily basis. Like, they all add up. And once you get the concepts and you start grasping this and practicing it, you're going to become so much more powerful. You're going to have so much more control over your life and the experiences that you have on a daily basis. I want to go through a list of questions I created that I really want you guys to take the time to listen to and ask yourself, because you answer these questions for yourself, I guarantee you by the end of this video, you're going to have a way different perception of life. And so let's get started. Question number one: what's one thing about yourself that you just love that makes you unique? I can tell you one thing about myself is my desire to want to continuously grow and strengthen my connection with God. That's one thing that I feel like makes me very unique, is I strive to become the best human. By that I mean thinking good thoughts, spreading love and good energy, seeing the God within everybody else around me, being able to identify beautiful. That's something unique about myself. So I want you to ask yourself the same question. What do you love about yourself that makes you unique? Question number two: can you think of a time where you were in a really tough situation where it's just super easy to be super negative and stressed out and anxious? Inside of that moment, for whatever reason, you had a thought that you just stuck to that changed your perspective, to change it to be positive for yourself? And if so, it was in your control. There have been plenty of times where I'm pissed off, I'm driving, someone cuts me off or does something stupid, or two cars are driving super slow right next to each other and I'm in a rush, and I find myself getting into these negative states that just don't do me any good. It's in those moments where I sometimes hear voices, or I have a thought like, hey, this is a great time to practice patience. That whole situation turns around for me to where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't like that I'm not in control of my emotion. Why would I want to be in a bad emotional state? And so I have these thoughts of, but practice patience, change my whole reality in that moment, like that, in a decision. So what kind of moments have you guys been in? And like I said, how much control over it do you now realize that you had, and what can you do going forward? Question number three: what's one dream of yours that you've always had that you really still believe that you can achieve? See, this is a really good question, because we all have hundreds, if not thousands, of dreams growing up. At least I know I have. And the reality of me hitting all of them, it's not going to happen. There's a few that I still believe that are super achievable at this point. And for me, I know one of them is reaching the level of financial abundance to where I cannot work a day in my life, and generations after me are just taken care of because of all the wealth that I've created up until this point. I know that's one dream of mine that I definitely think I could still attain, hit and achieve. Another one would just be to build an empire and becoming a philanthropist and see how many people's life I can change by the end of mine. And so those are just, and it would be amazing to hit at least 1 million people's lives, like literally change 1 million people's lives. I think that'd be great and make a good mark in the world for me. So I'd be happy by the end of that. But what are some dreams that you still have that you think you really still could hit? Like really focus on these dreams now. Like, do not let them go out of your mind now that they're on the consciousness, up at the forefront. All right, next question. What is one small action that you took today that you felt like you had complete control and just made you proud to do? Like, what's one little thing? Like for me, example, today I woke up and one of those sluggish mornings, I don't feel like doing anything. You wake up super slow, groggy, but I still got myself up and got myself to work out. And I felt like it changed the whole morning for me. Just the little decision to get to the gym. I didn't even have the best workout, but the fact that I got there and I did something about it, that was the beautiful part. Those little things, those little decisions, you make that same decision every morning. Imagine how different it's going to be 3 months of making that same decision and getting to the gym. So what's something that maybe you did today that had just such a big impact and made you feel proud? I like this question because it's finally dealing with somebody else. Who's one person in your life that actually inspires you to be a better person? And what is it about that person that really brings out that inspiration from inside of you? Focus on that. Amplify that. Give to that person. Do a nice deed for that person. Let them know that you appreciate them. I mean, it's little things like this that when we do kind acts, when we take the time to appreciate people, have gratitude. See, now we're giving positive love, positive energy and thoughts, and that shit will circulate back into the world and come back to you. It might not even be sudden. It can come, a year down the road. You never know, but the more influence you have to put good out into the world, the more you're going to attract it back to yourself. Being grateful for people, going beyond yourself to try to make someone smile on a daily basis takes little effort from us. It will change our whole lives by the end. You see someone smile and you had something to do with it. Last question. What's one change that you've made in your life that has just made a significant outcome in your life, or like such a huge ending point that you didn't even anticipate, but it came from one decision? What's one thing that really changed the trajectory of your life? Like for me, it was the decision to move from California to Nebraska. You're like, why would you leave California to move to Nebraska? Like, where the hell is even Nebraska? I didn't even know where Nebraska was on the map. I couldn't tell you, but for whatever reason, God led me out here, and that one decision to move out here changed the entire trajectory of my life. I'm a completely different person from who I was in California. And it 100% had to do with the decision to move out here to Nebraska. It could be for you, it could be the decision to lead a job that led into you finding your dream job where you're at now, or you to break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you ended up, because of that, you ended up finding the love of your life, the person that you married. So what's one decision that you've made that has just changed it all for you? And what's something that you think you can do, like every decision every day? Like, imagine how much they add up and how much they just change that final destination, just for a little increment. That was a list of questions. I hope that you guys pulled something out that really just gave you a perspective of new you, a different version of yourself that maybe you didn't think you can get to, but I promise that you could. And if you need help getting there, like, I help people craft that story, that life that they want, and I help them write it. It's a beautiful thing. It's kind of like an art. Work with me. I have so much to offer. I could take you to whatever dream life you want, whether that's being with your partner, you want to be more impactful in the workplace, or you just want to have a stronger relationship with yourself and that voice up in your head. Schedule that free 60-minute consultation. I'm telling you, it's going to be the best decision of your life. Till then, see you in the next video.
Us too, we apply this stuff to ourselves every day, and we're not perfect, but we strive.
I want to say that to the folks that are listening too. Rudy is the epitome of that. 30 years old. I mean, this dude he just has such a fire for life, a passion. And you're not one of those ones that sit on the sidelines.